we want to get into perception versus reality. Um, and that's a pretty deep one right there. But you think about a lot of people deal with that with perception, worrying about what other people think. It kind of haunts their thoughts. If I do this, what are they gonna think? If I say this, what are they gonna think? If I post this, is it gonna give me the likes, or is it gonna give me a lot of dislikes? It's almost like a rabbit hole, man. Perception is kind of like a rabbit hole, man. And some people get really stuck in it. Some people don't. Some people understand it. Some people don't. I think living like that sometimes it can drive a person crazy because it's like you can't even really do nothing for yourself because you're worried about what everybody else is gonna think.
Trapped in a cage
Yes.
of fear or of of being looked at the wrong way.
Right.
And a lot of times you can lose track of who you really are trying to maintain this image of yourself.
Right. Because when you think about social media and stuff, you see they call them IG models, right?
Yeah.
They play with that rabbit hole, and if you do some crazy stuff to start out with, I mean, after that, how do you follow up with that?
Yeah,
It's a never-ending rabbit hole.
Now I want to be taken seriously as a professional, as a businessman or a business, model. But you were just dressing up with rabbit ears, you know what I mean, a tuxedo.
Right.
You know what I mean.
Talking about happy days.
Yeah.
are coming.
Smearing honey on yourself.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get stuck in those boxes that we create for ourselves. And we want to hide behind the thing. Well, I'm allowed to do what I want to do. Well, that comes with things.
Right.
Like when public perception sees you as maybe a goofball, a cornball, or something like that, it's kind of hard to take maybe financial advice, from that person, even if you do have really good advice, or you're
and then you see, if you do something crazy, or you be on there half naked or something, and that's your first few posts, and you get like 1 million likes, 300 follows, 1 million likes or something, or 1 million followers. How do you follow up with that? Like, what's your next move after that? Because most people want that same reaction.
I mean,
they want that same. It's like a high.
Now you can hide stuck
on that high. You know what I'm saying? How do you follow up?
But you can only reveal yourself, one time. You know what I mean? Like,
if you do that, how are you going? You're not gonna get the same likes. You're not gonna get those 1 million likes and 1 million subscribers. I mean, 1 million comments and stuff like that. It's like a rabbit hole, man. Then you can't get out. You don't even know where the rabbit hole begun. You all the way in there now. You don't even know.
He's saying even if you don't want to change to do something else, you want to keep doing the same thing, but you're not going to get those, same thing. Yeah. But I don't know. Everybody's found a gimmick, and
it's all about.
And sometimes people want more of the same or more of that. You know what I mean? But then it's like, how do you get to be that? How do you get to be one of those people that's getting 1 million likes or views?
Yeah, one of the subtopics is the cost of doing something. Everything you do is going to cost you something. Everything you do. And a lot of times people think so fast, they don't slow down enough to think about the cost. They just do it instead of thinking about
the long-term
what is this going to cost me? It's like going to the store. You see the polo pants. You like those polo pants till you look at the tag. How much do these cost? Yeah. And you say these pants cost $300. Okay, do I want these pants now? Or do I just leave it on the shelf with the tag on it because I can't pay that cost? That's too much for me.
And see, there's another thing too about paying the cost. Sometimes we have the money. Like, you have the money in your account. So you pay it. You can pay the cost to get those $300 pants.
Right.
But you're not thinking, where did I have to take that money from? What am I not going to have?
Right.
To afford these pants? Where did that $300 come from?
Right.
A lot of people don't see that. Like, like I say, Mike, for instance, he can see that instantly. $300 price tag. This is how much it's going to cost out of my account. This is how much I'm going to be short on my rent.
Right.
A lot of people say, "Oh, I have $300. I had $600 in my account. I can afford $300 pants." And then when rent comes, you know what I mean. So definitely want to have foresight about these choices.
Growing up in the hood, the streets talk.
Yeah.
But you gotta be careful when you say people's name, man. You say somebody's name, you might have to deal with that. They gonna come look for you, man. Hey, man, how you said this about me, man? What's up, man?
Some stuff is common knowledge, but you don't speak it though.
Right, they
You
say
know
it in
what I mean?
general terms. Like, they instead of saying Mike, man, I heard this dude, man, this tall dude, man, he did some crazy stuff, but they won't say my name. They just say this tall dude did some crazy stuff. That dude over there, he stays somewhere over there in Southwest. I don't know, man.
I seen it myself, but man, I don't know.
But if I say, man, you hear about John, man? And then somebody else say, man, Mike was saying your name, man. Then John come see me. I got to handle that now. I say, man, you already put my name out there, man.
I mean, he said,
even if it's true,
yeah,
it can be true.
He matched when you match names with actions. You know what I mean? You know, I heard dude did such and such. No, it's just like, man, I heard Mike did this to this person at this time. You just can't really, you know, speak on stuff like that. You know, true or not. You know what I mean?
So it's the same thing with social media, right? You go out here and start talking crazy about companies and, you know, stuff like that, and then that may be a company you try to work for. And they might not even say nothing to you. You probably don't even remember that you said something about them. But when you come in there, it's like, man, you know, you was talking bad about us. Now you starting to feel crunchy. You're like, man, I did say something crazy about them. So you have to be careful, man, about think about what the perception, not let it play into you like you don't want to do anything, but think about the cost of what you're saying and what you're doing. Like, how's it going to affect me now and in the future? You know what I'm saying? That's another thing to think about.
That's a part about accepting the reality of things.
Right.
The reality thing is that's your personal social media account, or that's your personal business, what you choose to do, who you choose to be with, the things you choose to say. But in reality, anything that's done on the internet or digitally is going to be there forever.
Right.
Some companies have software or whatever they're going to do. They're going to do a deep dive into everything that you have that's public.
Right.
Because that can potentially, like, you know, if you used to be in a supremacist group, you know what I mean, or anything racially hateful, you know what I mean, that could hurt their company and hurt their brand. They can hurt the perception of their company by having you work there. Right. So a lot of times before you get hired, they're going to do a deep dive.
Right.
You know what I mean, on some site that you were a member of.
Thinking of a couple scenarios, how this could be flipped. A lot of people don't think about this. Is you think about, like, was it Milli Vanilli?
Yeah.
They played with the perception of lip singing, being rock stars and all this stuff.
They won a Grammy.
They did. And the cost of doing that. Now, when they was winning, it was all good. It was great. They was on top of the world. They was all over the place touring the world. But when that CD skipped and you realize that they really wasn't singing like that, now, you know, it's the company fault. They put us up to this. You know, that's the unrealistic, realistic expectation stuff. When you do that, okay, if they tell me and John, I'm gonna show you how you should play this, right? You shouldn't do it, but if you did, that's how you should play this, right? They said, hey, we want you guys to be great singers. We're going to give you dreadlocks and all this other stuff. All you got to do is just sing along with the words, dance a little bit, and just go along with it. You guys will make millions of dollars. What? If you broke, you ain't at that level yet. Of course, most people going to do that. I say 70% of the people going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it can go from a background dancer to...
Now, what me and this dude probably would think about the cost. What would happen if it came out that we didn't, we don't sing like that? Because people know us. If people know us from Southwest, they're like, wait a minute. Johnny Mike can't sing, man. We know these dudes.
We're doing even in the choir.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you think about the cost. So if you think about the cost of when it all come out, the cat come out the bag, we need to put this money. We need to invest this money. So
because
when it comes crashing down, we'll walk away clean.
Yeah,
we can just say, hey, it was just a concept. That's what we pitched to us. We want to make triple-digit millions. It was a concept. That's what we did. Yeah. We came in. We did our job. Done. As far as them doing it, when it came crashing down, the crazy part is they was so hurt. No, when it came, yeah, they was all in when they was making money, but when it came
I
crashing
mean,
down,
they really didn't have no backups, nothing. Everything they had was just right there.
yeah, when the scrutiny came, they couldn't take that though. But you can take all of the accolades and the success, but you couldn't take the scrutiny that comes with it if you get caught. And this is sometimes people that's being unrealistic now.
Yeah.
Because even though it messed them up, but you still agreed to be Milli Vanilli. You know what I'm saying? So
it's just like that bank robbing, this murder stuff. I ain't the type that can do 40 years.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So I'm not taking them chances.
No. Exactly. And then you think about these, there's so many scams on social media, man. Oh my God, like YouTube, these commercials and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But these people, I always wonder, do they ever think about like, man, this looks crazy. But most people probably don't think that though. Like the weight loss thing. Once they do say, hi, I'm a doctor. If you eat this one fruit, he had a grapefruit in his hand. If you eat this one fruit, you'll lose so much weight. Yeah, you're going to lose weight because that's all you eating is the fruit. Duh.
And realistically, almost any diet or exercise plan that you do is probably going to work if you do it.
Yeah, if you do it. Yeah, so